Hello, my name is Aaron Badaracco. I'm the owner of BBG Bashguards, and we're going to do a little how-to video, how to put a Bashguard on a mountain crank and road cyclocross cranks. So what we got here, we got the standard 3-ring 104 BCD mountain crank. I took all the bolts out already and loosened them up, so we're going to do this really easy light. Take your original bolts out. Take your big ring off, the old 44-42 big ring. We got a 104 BCD 32T Bashguard, regular 1/8, drilled. Put the little skinny part behind the crank arm. Turn it on like that. Put your bolts back on, original bolts. There you go, just like that. You got yourself a Bashguard. Pretty easy stuff. Lots of ground clearance. It's a little bit lighter than this setup, believe it or not. And now you can take 4 links out of your chain so it doesn't slap around anymore and make noise. And it'll also pedal and shift better. Pretty nice setup. So the next thing we're going to show you is how to do a bash switch, which is a Bashguard sandwich. So on a 104 BCD 3-ring crank, it's really fun and easy. You've got a 22 tooth small ring. So you take that out. Use my BBG Bashguard. This is a 64 BCD 32T Bashguard. It's 1/16 inch thick, so it's a super light. This is regular 1/8 inch thick on the outside, so you don't need much protection or Bashguard protection on the inside. This is mostly to keep your chain on. So put that on, use the original bolts again, very easy. There you go, just like that, look at that. The bash switch. This is the holy grail of chain keepers. Your chain will not come off with this setup. This is a very nice setup. We do make this in an 1/8 inch thick for hardcore guys, but most people don't have a problem with this setup. I also carry this BCD, the 64 BCD, in a 34 and a 36. This is a great setup. We love it, and it's very light, very strong, and looks really cool. Okay, next up we're going to do the road cyclocross setup. This is a 130 BCD 39 tooth chainring, Shimano. So I've already taken the big 50 tooth chainring off, replaced it with a 39 tooth Bashguard that fits the 39 tooth small ring that was on it. Use the original bolts, much lighter, much simpler. I've raced this setup for about 5-6 years, beating it up, still perfectly straight, works great, no problems at all. And now we are going to do something fun and tricky. This is going to be a bash switch on a cyclocross bike. You notice we don't have the inside bolts to put a guard, so what we've done is we've invented a BBG Bashguard's spacer ring. So I've got 104 BCD, I've got 130 BCD, and I also have this in a 110 BCD. And a customer actually told me about this and told me it was his idea, and it was. He told me about the idea and said I should make these and put them on my website and sell them. And so I am, and it was a great idea. So I am going to show you how to do a bash switch with a cyclocross setup. And with cyclocross, you drop your chain easily all day long if you don't have a good chain keeper. So the outside chain keeper is easy. You just put the old Bashguard on the outside and it'll never come off. But the inside is where it comes off all the time. That's where people have all the trouble. So basic setup, outside Bashguard, super easy. Leave that setup all on there. Leave the chain ring in the same spot. Take your spacer ring, stick it next to that chain ring. Take a super light 130/39, Put it right next to that. The spacer ring spaces the super light guard away from your chainring. That's all it does. Now, your original bolts are not going to work for this setup, so you have to get 15 millimeter or 16 millimeter bolts because it's got to go through so much stuff now. Still pretty easy. See if I can do this really slick and easy without fumbling around. All right. Look at that. Pretty straightforward stuff. Boy, that is a cyclocross god right there. You will never drop a chain with this setup, and this is the setup I have on my cyclocross bike. It's a Bashwitch. You'll never drop a chain, super light, nice and strong, nothing rubs on the chain, nothing to wear out, works great. Okay, and that is it.